back here at the Otis Nixon Charity Golf Classic here at W.A.B Sports Richmond Weaver, joined by Julianne Oblis, the marketing director for the Otis Nixon Foundation. Or is it Foundation or is it the Golf Classic?
The Otis Nixon Foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us how you got involved with the foundation and your role and what all you do.
Sure. I met Otis at a Braves game, alumni weekend, and organically just started talking about what we do. He found out I was a marketer, and so and I offered to help with the work that he's doing with the foundation. He needed a little rebranding and some concise messaging help. So
did you have to twist your arm to help, or what drew you into helping?
I fully support what he does, and so it was just kind of a divine meeting of whatever. And so I have a gift to give him, and so this is what I do to give back, is to help him support the youth here in Atlanta where and when they need it.
And he has a gift of bringing people in, right?
He does. He is very, look at who's out here today, and you can see where his talents lie. Yes.
No question about it. So tell us a little bit about the history of the foundation itself and when it started and what all you guys provide.
So when he hung up his cleats, he actually became an ordained minister. And so everyone knows his party background from when he played, and that is what a lot of people remember. And so he is working very hard to connect with our youth and share his experiences and some of his mistakes from the past to try to ensure that they don't repeat those. He's very adamant about promoting no bullying in schools, of course, no drugs. And he's very open about his past. So when he does a lot of public speaking, he will actually bring his criminal record, and he calls it his mess. And his mess is about 10 inches thick. And he said because of his mess, he has a message to deliver, and he will give it.
So he doesn't hide from it.
He does not hide from it at all. No.
Well, and I think there's an aspect of, you have to admire that people understand that you can't change it, but what can you learn from the past? And he's wanting to pass those life lessons, because it would be a lot easier for these kids not to have to go through some of the mess that he had to go through.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And even through some of the mess that he has gone through, he has become very close with law enforcement here in the state. He's a big promoter of law enforcement. He believes in law enforcement. He's an advocate of it. Our 4 metro counties, Cobb, Henry, actually 5, Cobb, Henry, DeKalb, Gwinnett, and Fulton. He knows the sheriffs well, the DAs, and he works a lot in the criminal justice system, working with the kids who are in there to try to give them a second chance and put them on the path to being productive citizens.
How did last year with COVID impact, obviously, the Golf Classic, but the foundation?
We had to cancel the Golf Classic, and he shifted gears with the foundation to focus on helping those in need. He partnered with Midwest Food Bank to get meals to those who needed meals, and then a lot of support for people who just felt isolated and depressed. A lot of outreach. None of us are very young, so we had to be careful about protecting ourselves. So he was not out and about that much. So he did what he can and how he could.
Yeah. So it's got to be a great feeling.
It is amazing to be out here.
Right, and be out here, regardless how hot it is.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Not hot. Are you hot?
No, but I know you got to be very proud just to see the involvement and participation.
Yes. I mean, you can tell by who's out here, who believes in him, who supports him. It's a great thing. A lot of these guys, were his former teammates, or Andre Robertson, who he was roommates with when they were both on the Yankees. I don't know how many years ago. We're not going to go back that far.
That's right. Yes, we don't have to.
He's been at everyone, and so we have Hall of Famers, and it's just amazing to see these guys support each other. They all have wonderful foundations. And the work that they are doing now that they are off the field and just giving back to their communities. that's pretty much what it's about.
Of course. All right, we'll continue right here on W.A.B. Sports with Julianne Oblis, Marketing Director for the Otis Nixon Foundation, right after this.
Are we good? Can I wipe my face now?
Yeah.
I'm sweating to death.
Nixon found incredible success in Major League Baseball. He holds records for stolen bases in a single game, as well as a single season for the Atlanta Braves. He played in numerous World Series games and has the record for most career stolen bases from a non-All-Star player with 620. But as high as Otis soared on the field, his personal life hit many lows. Otis has turned these lows into his personal testimony to share with others. Through his Otis Nixon Foundation, he is providing mentoring through various outreach programs. He is also happy to come to your church to share his past and hopefully show others. Just because you fall down doesn't mean you can't get up. Jesus loves us all, even in our darkest moments. If you would like to help Otis spread his message, please visit his website, www.otisnixon1foundation.org. That's www.otisnixon1foundation.
Oh, geez.
You're directing traffic still, right?
Yes, that's what. I was like, if you think you're going to have me for 10 minutes, this is going to be
That's
rough.
right. We're back here at W.A.B. Sports at the Otis Nixon Celebrity Golf Classic, helping support the Otis Nixon Foundation, joined by Julianne Oblis, the Marketing Director for the Otis Nixon Foundation. So how can people be involved if they can't be here at the tournament? What's the best way that people can continue to support this foundation?
Mouth shot.
So we have a foundation website that's Otis Nixon. Sorry, I have to refer
That's
to.
all right. Yes.
We want to make sure we have it right. It is the I forget where the one is. The Otis Nixon and then the number 1 foundation.org, or you can just Google Otis Nixon Foundation. And so we have information there. And there are many ways to support. Engage with him for speaking engagement. He's also doing youth sports clinics. He loves to get out and with his brother Donnell and teach the youth the fundamentals of baseball. And then there's obviously the foundation is always, like every foundation, in need of donations to support the work that they're doing. There's a donate button. And then there's just a contact us button if there are any time, treasure, talent, resources that anyone wants to offer.
Yes, not always about money.
It's not always about money.
Time is very valuable as well.
Yes, it is.
And expertise and skill set. So everybody, make sure you go look that up, Otis Nixon Foundation, and help wherever you can. It's such a great opportunity to help a very good cause. Again, Richmond Weaver here with Julianne Oblis, the Marketing Director for Otis Nixon Foundation, and we'll be back shortly.
Have seemingly disappeared, Coach Wayne Buckingham started W.A.B. Sports. His focus is on mentoring our younger generation and teaching valuable life skills that go way beyond the field of play. Whether it's football or basketball, he has a specialized sports camp designed to address the challenges the youth of today face daily. He believes it's all about teaching healthy habits now in order for those lessons to be applied to their future decisions. W.A.B. Sports raises the money for these camps with various charity golf tournaments yearly. W.A.B. Sports also offers scholarships so that these young men and women have a greater chance at success in their life after sports. Coach Wayne truly believes the best thing in life is making a positive difference. W.A.B. Sports depends solely on donation. If you feel led to donate, contact Coach Wayne Buckingham at WABsports4@gmail.com. That's WABsports4@gmail.com. In a world where quitting is not an option, a life filled with discipline and conditioning, with a mind focused on their opponent, every drop of sweat left behind in grueling competition, These athletes gave everything in order to have a chance of obtaining their goals. Then suddenly, in the blink of an eye, life changes and they are faced with new challenges daily. Did all of their training prepare them for the future that lies before them? Join us weekly as we catch up with former athletes and find out what life is like. W.A.B. Sports presents Life After Sports. Heard exclusively on Music Dreams USA Radio Worldwide.
Continuing right here on W.A.B. Sports, Richmond Weaver at the Otis Nixon Celebrity Golf Classic, joined by former Green Bay Packer, Alfonso Carricker. Tell us, sir, how was it out there on the course?
Well, actually, I'm just now giddy.
Okay.
We had a mishap. It was supposed to be a brick mill.
Oh, yes, yes.
I didn't get the memo that it was going to be here. So coming through town and traffic and everything, I'm just now getting it. So I very
That's
well.
a challenge in itself right there, just getting from one side of town all the way to this side of town.
Yeah, downtown is a little challenging.
Yeah.
But, it's okay, but I've played in this tournament several times before. I did get a chance to get out shaking hands with the guys that I knew. So it's almost over with. Actually, I got a family emergency.
I know, you had one of those days.
One of those days, so I got a boogie out of here, but it's all good. But I've done this probably 5 or 6 times.
So why is it important that you participate in that?
Well, it's important to me that I participate in a lot of events around town. You got the NBA, you got the NFL, you got the baseball players. They're all giving back to something like that. This over here, he's just one person. I don't see a guy out here. They're always doing something. Football camps, they're like speaking to kids. Whatever they're doing, whatever they're endeavor, I'm going to a sickle cell bowling thing that they do. There's always something. So it always feels good, we always got out there and engaged for a couple hours and it's just a good rewarding thing.
Well, it does help.
Yeah, no, there is
And an opportunity. Because a lot of times, it's not always about just the money, it's about the time you invest that participate in different events.
Oh yeah, I have a daughter that has multiple sclerosis, and she has we have a walking event for her every year called Sky Limit. Money and the awareness that she gets out and promotes her community amongst young ladies that she got this thing at 23. Wow. Just letting them know if you got this feeling, you got that feeling, you got to go to this doctor, look out for this, and all the side effects of medicine. So it opens the books to a plethora of information that somebody who has a child and all of a sudden pick up something and you have nowhere to go, you have nowhere to turn. So I've been doing this now 30 years.
Wow. You feel like you go play right now.
No, I'm going to take something from an old commercial back in the day. Don't let the smooth taste food. I feel pretty good at 59.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like you just play. Green Bay might need you right now after that performance.
Hey, man, Green Bay, every team goes that cycle. I don't know what's going on with them. And a lot of the quarterback, they got a new coach. They got all this stuff going on, but right now they're not together. They're definitely not. You definitely see the possibility. But you can also say, hey, 5 games from now they can be 4-1.
Oh, well,
you're dealing with the gunslinger.
Hey, you played long enough. You know, and I would have to say the same thing if we're continuing here at W.A.B. Sports, but Alfonso Carricker, former Green Bay Packer, and that's Florida State Seminole. Right. And
Florida State, we going through the transitional period. And you know what? And this is just me. As I'm looking at football, I truly don't see the discipline in the players that we had in mind. It seems like, and I'm not saying this is for the Florida State, but it just seems like there's a lot of players out there just playing also that they were in high school careers and they're not really being coached up with their position. It just seems that way to me. I don't know a lot of people do anyone else, but when I do look at us, I thought you guys are pointing the finger with each other, and the guys are catching the ball wide open. Exactly. So I'm just wondering where is the discipline? Why these guys don't know? I know when I was there, we had a coach named Coach Stanton. One thing about Bobby Bowers, he had great coaches around. We had a defensive coordinator named Coach Stanton. In a meeting, and he called out a question you didn't know, he was going to run you. You probably wasn't going to play. And so you had to deal with P's and Q's all the time. Why did you choose Florida State? I chose Florida State because, first of all, when I went down to Florida, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I went to Florida in January, and
that's an easy sell right there.
Yeah,
right?
It was 70-something degrees, 80 degrees, and when I went to the library, there were people out there sunbathing, and it was just a great feeling for me. But then also at the time I played tight end, and I went there to catch the ball, not knowing that when I got there, they had defensive line problems. They couldn't even do the line, but I enjoyed it. A lot of people say, why did I choose that over Ohio State? Yeah, it was a tough feeling for me, but that was a year when he made his kids. Oh, yes. And I don't think they knew he was going to play. Oh, Bruce came and I thought it was good. Yeah, right. And, I'm a Clemson grad. Bucket Clemson grad. That was good. He hit a Clemson player. Yes, that was the game. Yes, and so Marshall Griffin's younger brother, Keith Griffin, was in Miami. I went to Florida State, and the young man is very well. He was the game. I think we all get that. Hey, that's some talent right there. Yeah. I think we all get that same question all the time. So, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I got away from that house. I was on the beach. Are you kidding me? A guy from Ohio on the beach eating shrimp. Those kind of stuff we had back then was in a box. Small box shrimp. No, I had the big, yes. Yeah, that's right. But it all worked out good. And we're finishing up right here at the W.A.B Sports spot at the Otis Nixon Celebrity Golf Classic with Alfonso Character. Talk about how it's been good for you going to Florida State, different experiences. And what about just the opportunity that sports allowed you in terms of just how it's impacted your life? And I don't mean necessarily that you were kind of paycheck in playing sports, but just the life lessons and what sports can do for so many people. Well, that's what I was speaking about earlier about as far as the discipline. Because the discipline that sport taught me, especially in the collegiate era, in my era, if you were late, you run. If you were late, you run. Yeah. If you missed class, you run. Yeah. There was always some kind of disciplinary deal behind it where you had to go out and deal with it. I remember one time my mom called Coach Bowers and chewing him out about my grades my sophomore year. I was kind of feeling myself a little bit. After that phone call, like you said, hey, we'll just have breakfast in the morning. Said, meet me at 6 o'clock. I'll come down there. There's a pair of Chuck Taylor's shorts waiting on me. That's what you have lunch with Coach. And it was an assistant coach, and he was pissed at me. The coach called him. I had to run state at the same time. So by those certain lessons like that, it afforded me to graduate. Because I didn't want to miss class. Yeah. I didn't want to run. I didn't want to do anything extra. So I think that was one of the main things that molded you, almost like being in the service. Yeah. Because you were always held accountable. Yeah. You had to get up and go to breakfast and check in, even though you was not hungry. They wasn't going to fix that food for you if you not show up. So you had to be accountable for a lot of different things. And so to this day, even if I don't want to go nowhere, I hate being late. I'm late here today. I'm going on the road dog fucking myself, and that stupid thing to tell you what to do. That quest just got me going all over the place. But to this day, I hate doing it. I can understand. Well, we're glad you're here, though. Absolutely. Thank you so much. But I got to take off because my son. That's right. You do. You got to help your son out. Richard Weaver, Alfonso Character here at W.A.B Sports at the Otis Nixon Celebrity Golf Classic. He's saying go Noles, but we're saying go Tigers. All right.
Nixon found incredible success in Major League Baseball. He holds records for stolen bases in a single game, as well as a single season for the Atlanta Braves. He played in numerous World Series games and has the record for most career stolen bases from a non-All-Star player with 620. But as high as Otis soared on the field, his personal life hit many lows. Otis has turned these lows into his personal testimony to share with others. Through his Otis Nixon Foundation, he is providing mentoring through various outreach programs. He is also happy to come to your church to share his past and hopefully show others just because you fall down doesn't mean you can't get up. Jesus loves us all, even in our darkest moments. If you would like to help Otis spread his message, please visit his website, www.otisnixon1foundation.org. That's www.otisnixon1foundation.org.